we're still new. We're still new.
Yeah.
I'm new. Yo, what's up? We're back with another podcast. We've upgraded our setup. I don't know if you can see, but we're tough. We sell courses now.
Definitely a lot better than the first one, for sure.
A lot better. Every time it upgrades. First topic for today.
Yeah. Just happened, like, right when we were trying to set this up to go to the rooftop. We didn't even make it up here before we saw something crazy. John, would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, so we're at this apartment, and tow truck guy, like, he's speeding through all, like, the neighborhood streets and the college streets.
Yeah.
And he gets to this apartment, takes a picture of a guy with a Domino's sign on his car, and starts towing him. And we're like, bro, like, he's delivering a pizza, come on. He didn't care.
He don't give us the time of day. He's maybe there for a total of 2 minutes in and out. He was trying to, like, tow that other car too.
Yeah.
But then the lady was like, no, I'm here. And thankfully, you know, she got to go away and didn't have to deal with that.
And she was a DoorDasher as well.
Yeah, exactly. Doing the same thing that guy was doing.
Yeah. And eventually, like, we went into the building, met the pizza guy, the guy that was delivering pizza. And, like, luckily we were able to help him get his car back for free. But it was just a little bit of an interesting experience because it made me think, like, I mean, how many times have I parked in that exact same spot with the roof down and never, like, had any sort of problems? And it's like, as soon as they see a beat up car there, they're so excited to take advantage of him. And I remember they were trying to make him pay $135 if they brought it back, and $350 if you went to the lot.
The impound. Yeah.
And
oh my gosh.
I mean, and how many hours of work would that be for the pizza delivery guy? I mean, let's say they make 10 an hour. That's 13.5.
Yeah.
In a, like, of hours of work. That's 2 days of work just to pick up a car.
And the $350, that's almost a whole week.
Bro,
that's
the week.
Bro, with taxes.
Yeah.
That's a whole week.
That's the week, bro. And he's just
my
like
gosh.
a working class guy.
Yeah, he's just trying to make it out. And I mean, it just sucks because, you know, we've been in that position, and obviously we're fortunate to, like, 135 it's a lot, you know. It's like you don't want to pay that, but we have that in our bank account. And not every American, though, has that. Just has 135, like, boom.
Yeah.
Like, we can, you know, easy like that.
I mean, they say the average American can't cover, what was it, like a $300 emergency expense?
Yeah.
Have you seen that before?
I've seen that. That's just insane.
Yeah.
Like, you would think as the richest country, like, total, like, GDP. The global superpower, that the average citizen would be able to cover an emergency cost like that.
Yeah.
You would think.
You would assume
And so, I don't know. I would think that the U.S. really isn't built for the poor, or even really just like the median, like, citizen.
It's not.
It really isn't.
It's not at all, because if he had to pay that $350, he's cooked.
You're cooked.
He's cooked. You
like,
know?
I bet you. I mean, I don't want to make assumptions, but, like, someone in that position would most likely have to put it on a credit card
Or Klarna.
And then
Now you have debt. Now your credit score goes down.
Yeah.
Now you can buy less and less.
And it's just a negative feedback loop.
Yeah.
You have lower credit. You have access to like less stuff, and it's just hard to sometimes get out of that hole. Once you've dug it too deep.
It is. I mean, like, $350. That's a lot of money.
$350. Like, just like,
for
sorry,
nothing.
you
For
parked.
nothing.
He was there for 5 minutes, mind you.
Doing his
5
job.
minutes.
Doing his job.
Doing his job.
Yeah.
He said he's been there before. He always parks at that same area. And for some reason this time, he was only there for 5 minutes, not blocking anyone. And
they want to get him, like, delivering pizza.
Yeah.
And it was kind of, it made me think a lot about, like, American society as a whole, and how, like,
there's, like, other predatory services.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be, like, doing everything right, but the system is just against you.
It really is.
What I'm saying? Like,
it really is.
I think like him getting towed is like what's the word for it? Like an anomaly. There's a better word for it, but it's
a symbol for what, like, the average American has to go through sometimes. Yeah,
exactly.
For sure. Yeah, I could see that, man. I mean,
yeah, that was sad, but I guess what's good is that he got his car back, and we're about to talk about how to get your car back in a societal way, which is by going to college, and whether we think that's still worth it or not.
You know, we were talking about this yesterday, saying that as we keep progressing in college, we keep taking more classes, our confidence of the entire system has gone down from day one. Would you
I would agree.
Okay.
I would agree.
And I don't know. You would think as you go through the system, it gives you more confidence. Like, hey, like, I'm here for a reason, and I still am. Don't get me wrong. Like I personally want to go to law school, and obviously you need an undergrad, but I don't know. Like I for those of you who don't know, I did a study abroad last semester, and over there, in Europe, you don't need undergrad. You can just go straight into law school, straight what you want to pursue.
Exactly.
I studied business here. Like, was that my number one choice? Like, no, obviously I'd rather study law than business. It's just an avenue I have to go through here.
That's just how it's set up.
That's just how it's set up. And is it inefficient? Hell
So
yeah.
for sure.
It's very inefficient,
for sure.
And, you can always make the claim that they're just trying to make more money. Because colleges really, nowadays, operate like a business.
It's a great business.
It's a great...
Fantastic business.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
When your service is guaranteed to pay out from the federal government through, like, loans, like, you're chilling. You don't have to... like.
There's no risk.
There's
you just
no risk.
make more and more money.
Yeah. That's why you see so many colleges accepting, like, so many people just becoming, like, a mill. Like, sure,
Yeah.
Like, I saw a stat I was telling you earlier that 40% of kids who enter college don't finish in 4 years. They don't finish in 4 years.
Crazy.
And then a third don't finish at all.
Yeah, so they just come to college, pay money, and then have no degree.
Yeah, and let's say, you come to college for 1 year, tuition, cost of living, even if it's a state school, which is on the cheaper end, that's at least like 40 to 50. And with rent and tuition
Yeah.
and all the other expenses.
I mean, there's so many ways for the college to make money off of you.
They
like
make
first,
them dime you so bad.
First, tuition. Second, housing.
Books.
Third, books. Fourth, transportation.
Mm-hmm.
After that, like amenities, like you want to go to the gym, you want to watch football games.
Just little nickel and diming, that's how they get you.
So like with those costs, do you think that college is still worth it for, like, let me rephrase.
Yeah, of course.
Who is college worth it for?
Okay.
Like what
Yeah.
type of family do you have to be from
Yeah.
for college to be worth it?
That's
for you?
that's a great like way you worded the question. I think that college is great for two types of people. Okay, so I think first, college is great for the people who come from like, low income, first gen, maybe immigrants, because college I think nowadays is still a great way for social mobility from low to middle.
Yes.
I think like you were saying some time ago that, someone who may have to work, in the field and stuff, like they can provide their kids the opportunity to work in an office or, work
Yep.
like in a corporate setting.
And that changes the whole family.
It really
the entire
does.
family trajectory, it's just gone up completely by making that decision to go to college
Yeah.
or to a good college.
Yeah. And, average grads, I think nowadays are making like 60, 70K, which I mean, I think is slightly above
That
them.
much?
I think maybe
Because there's another
depends on
stat
the
I saw
school.
where it's
Okay.
like average grads are now unemployed at a higher rate than people that don't go to college.
I did hear that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard that. But I think the stats may pertain to people who actually got jobs.
Yeah.
for the portion that got jobs, it's slightly above median salary. Now, unemployment's a whole different thing. We can definitely talk into that. But for the average person who wants to, break that middle class barrier, 70K out of college, 60K out of college, that's really good, for a lot of families.
That's life. If you're from a small town,
Yeah.
like that's life changing money.
For sure.
Um,
And so so that's the first group I think that college really benefits.
Who's the second group?
The second group is, top 2%, 1% of the U.S. So the reason why I say that is you have a lot of ultra wealthy 1%ers that go to selective universities. And I think what college serves them is networking. Building their network, building their wealth. When you concentrate that many wealthy individuals, when they graduate out of college, they have so many different contacts in all these different industries. And so I think for them, college serves as a way of kind of consolidating their wealth amongst like the groups who already had the money. And obviously, they can afford these ridiculous tuitions.
Exactly. And I'd add on to that and say
Okay.
like they have so much disposable income to where the cost doesn't matter
Oh,
for them.
they don't
So
care.
they're not thinking about whether or not college is worth it for my child. It's just we just go to college because we're rich. That's just what we do with the kids.
That's
and
how it is,
Doesn't really matter.
And
Doesn't change their finances.
Yeah, and they try to put them obviously with other wealthy kids.
Yeah.
Because, you hang out with a bunch of wealthy kids, you can do business with them, and you are the sum of your 5 friends. So
Exactly.
That's that's why they do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So who is college not for? You've talked about the two groups that you think it's for. Who is it not for?
Yeah, I think middle class gets the short end of the stick. I mean, I think it's a common story in the U.S. That's a common story, right? Middle class always gets the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
You have nowadays where college it's very accessible for low-income students. And honestly, that's one stride that the U.S. has done well, is that beforehand, like before like the 70s, 80s, 90s, like they didn't have that much financially like based scholarships. Not as much as now.
Yes.
And maybe that's, due to just the bloating of like student loans that they just give out and stuff. But like, for example, I'll tell you one story. Okay, this is like the good side of college. So this one guy I knew, met him when I was a senior when we both got accepted into UT. He comes from, I'm from South Texas on the border. We have these things called colonias, which is super poor, very dense neighborhoods of these little like towns. And they usually grow their own food, like their garden and stuff. But usually a very poor, underserved regions.
Yes.
And this one kid, he came from that, right? But he worked hard in school. He did good. He did the extracurriculars. He had a good score. And he was telling me that through financial plus merit, he was profiting going to school.
Wow.
With housing included, he was telling me he was making like, 2 or 3 grand like positive every semester. So, and I think college is great for those type of people. Like that's like the feel good stories of that. Like for example, my local college, it's full tuition for if you make 100K or lower as a family. Full tuition. So you don't have to worry about that, right?
Yeah.
But what if you make 110?
Yeah.
What if you make 110? You got to pay the same amount.
I'm sure they have a ladder system where like if you make 110, then you pay a little bit more.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that is true at sometimes, but there's a limit. There's always a threshold to whatever it is. Let's just say it's 200, right? So they give like nothing. So if you make 250, you gotta pay 100% more than someone who
makes 100.
Makes 100.
Yeah, I mean, but what are we trying to? What do we want to encourage as a society? Like, I think we want to encourage upwards social mobility.
That's true.
I can kind of see that. I think I see a lot of rich people. I don't see a lot of people from like disadvantaged backgrounds still. And I think that kind of just shows the cycle keeps going, you know, in one way, which is like consolidation for the wealthy at the top. And I guess like I wanted to ask you a question about like, because you said like who college is for, who college is not for. So do you think as like let's say you're like a lower to middle class family, you want to send your kid to college, but let's say the college is not an elite college. Let's say it's not a Harvard, a UT,
a typical state school,
like a middle of nowhere, like random private school. Like, do you think that there's a lot of value in that? In getting like debt to go to a random school and pursue a random degree in animal psychology or now like what do you think about that?
Yeah, so if it's a random private school that isn't really known for much and doesn't really have a broad alumni connection, I don't even know why those exist. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like the only reason why I can see why people go there is for sports. If they offer like half or full ride, like if they offer you money.
Yeah.
But like truly, like I don't know. I just don't know what the reasoning behind someone would pay full tuition for those random like middle of nowhere schools with no real advantages.
I don't get it either. Like I have friends that go to random schools that are paying so much more money than like I'm paying, and I don't really see the value proposition, because even people at like the most elite schools in the world are still not getting the jobs that they want or not progressing in life the way that they think they should be. So I struggle to see how life is at those schools where like there really aren't a lot of resources or networking or brand reputation. I don't see how it can be worth it in that sense, because what job are you getting coming out of like, I don't know, I don't want to say a bad college, but like, like a random school.
A random school in the middle of nowhere, like, I mean, I'm sure that little small city that it's in,
That's true.
Yeah, but that's just a small market. I don't know. I just don't really see how they can compete against bigger schools in cities, like, for example, like UT or private schools in cities. I don't know. I don't really see the benefit. or the rationale behind that.
So do you think there's ever going to be a world where kids graduate from high school
Yeah.
and like, or let me rephrase that, because I guess a lot of kids graduate from high school and don't go to college.
A lot of kids.
I mean, that's how it was at your high school, right? A lot of kids didn't go.
Yeah, I would say, I don't know the exact numbers, but I would say my high school definitely was not a college like feeder. I would say maybe there's like 500 students, maybe 200, 250 didn't go to college. You know, for various reasons, and I think we're going to start seeing that a lot in the future.
So I guess let me rephrase my original question.
Okay.
Do you think that we're going to see a generation or a society where people have the resources to send their kids to college but are actively choosing not to?
Oof.
Because I think a lot of kids don't go to college because either A, their family doesn't have resources, or B, they weren't really the smartest in school and they can't get into colleges. So, like, do you think we're ever going to see where, like, people can go and they choose not to?
Yeah, I mean, I think right now, I think it's a pivotal time. You know, when it comes to AI, automating a lot of careers that people used to think were very safe, very respected. Like, you go to college, you're going to earn a comfortable salary. Like, I don't know, I'll throw some out, for example, like, you know, maybe accounting.
Yeah.
Some, like, finance fields, some, I mean, I'm doing law, even some law of, like, thick contract reviewing. What other fields? Like, you know, maybe some STEM, some very technical stuff where you have to read and process a lot. So I think if we're going in the direction of society where a lot of those typically college needed jobs are getting replaced, I mean, I think it would make sense for you not to go to college, for less people to go to college.
It would.
You know, because, I mean, you're just lowering the value of your degree.
And now everyone goes as well.
Everyone got a degree.
Like before.
Everyone has a degree. I used to hear stories from, like, my grandparents. It's like, oh, you know, back in the 60s or 70s, like, you would get a degree and, you know, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's like you made it, you know? Like, you get to have whatever job more or less you want because having a degree back then was so much more valuable.
You're so unique as a degree holder.
Yes.
But now every single, like, kid with resources and GPA goes to college.
Yeah.
And there has to be, like, an alternative path given, like, what we've talked about. But yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. It almost seems to me that if, like, AI keeps automating and we keep going down society, like, there's you know that you said there's supposed to be other alternatives. Like, what are they? Like, I know people say trades, you know, or maybe being an entrepreneur. Only so many people can be that. You know, obviously you need consumers. I just question what alternatives, like, are gonna expand and fill that void, if any, can fill that void. Like, I don't know. I guess my question to you would be, like, what other paths do you see students who would typically go to college pursue?
It's a good question, and I think I'll answer it in the frame of mind as a student that wants to go to college and make money. You're not thinking about the networking or the parties. Your goal is to go to college and get a job to make as much money as possible.
Okay.
So from that lens, right, I think the trades are probably a better option at this time.
Yeah.
I mean, I go to the #1 accounting program in the world, and my professor at the end of class was like, you know, you're gonna go to an office and a plumber is gonna make more money than you, and you're too far gone to where you can't quit now.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking,
At the #1 accounting school, they said that.
I'm like, damn, like, and he's not lying at all.
That's not crazy.
He's not lying.
I saw a research thing saying that plumbers now, like, are making 100 to 150. That's ridiculous.
Like, which entry-level job is gonna pay you that much? So I think if you're going to college for the money, I think just get into a trade. You know, it will be a harder life at the start, but, you know, you'll have 4 years of an advantage over all the people that are going to college and pursuing, like, degrees that will probably be kicked out in the future. Ooh, also, I was reading this article and, like, listening to this podcast, and it was talking about how college has monopolized the financial loans to teenagers. Think about this, right?
Okay.
Let's say I'm the smartest, like, kid in the world, and I go to a bank and I'm like, hey, excuse me, can I borrow 300 grand to start my business? The bank is gonna look at the kid and be like,
what are you doing?
You don't have any credit history.
Yeah.
How do I know your idea is gonna work? They're gonna laugh you out the bank.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
if you go there and say, hey, I want to pursue a degree in animal psychology.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do in the future. I'm going to a random school.
Yeah.
The college and the bank will give you the money instantly.
Yeah.
So can you imagine if like kids put the amount of money and resources into themselves instead of into like an external institution?
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
how much more like things would be created and done? Because I mean, at the end of the day, if you're a kid and you want money, like you have to go to college.
you have to go
That's
to
the
college.
only way for you to get funding.
Or, you can get maybe lucky, start a business, like know some connections. But if you're the average kid
Yeah.
who wants to make money, yeah, college is the answer. It really
Yeah.
is.
It's crazy.
$300,000
Yeah, I mean,
to be put towards like personal development, investment, whatever that may be,
Bro.
business. Like, oh my gosh.
yeah, I mean, when you think about it like that, I remember like we both got into USC, right?
I was waitlist from USC. Yeah.
You got it.
I'm
You're
sure.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, my memory's not serving me well right now.
Yeah, let's just say you got it.
Okay, sure.
Bro, I remember getting the tuition.
Sticker price.
Bro, it was their estimate for like all in per year was I think 90,000 a year or a little more.
And I'm sure now it's probably reaching 100.
And that was like 3-ish years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 100 grand a year is 400 grand. Like, can you imagine like
Fuck.
what I could do if my parents gave me 400
400.
grand? I mean, I could try 1,000 businesses.
Yeah.
You know, but like as a society, we're so comfortable giving that money to a college, which like it makes no sense when you put it like that.
It really doesn't. And especially like given today's current market and how everything's reacting, it's like you see so many, I don't know, I mean, you've probably seen it, but I see so many stories online of people saying like, I did the right thing, I did what people told me to do, to be comfortable, to have a good life, and I'm 30 and I still have $100,000 of debt.
Yeah.
And so you just hate to see that because we were spoon-fed this narrative all of our life that this is the way, this is the path, and now you have a whole millennials plus Gen Zers that are, I guess, just dissatisfied of this narrative because we're kind of seeing it unfold in present time. That it's just not as valuable as it used to be.
So that kind of goes into like branching out from the nest in a sense. Like our parents grew up in a different world to us.
Yeah.
So do you think like they obviously have the best intentions for us,
Yeah.
like go to college, get a good job,
Yeah.
move up in your company, but do you think that's outdated?
I mean, I think so. I would say so because they lived in a time where the job market was way better than it
Yeah.
is now. And so that, like, when we were spoon-fed, they got that based on their own experiences and perspectives because, yes, it was true at one point.
It was true.
It was true.
That was their reality.
That was. I mean, that's why they said it, because they themselves went through it and it was true. But nowadays, I think with the internet and with AI, I think good and bad, right? I think that we're able to be more flexible with how we want to live our life and what ways we can make money. That's a good thing, right? Because I think back in the day with our parents, right, it was set up for them.
Yeah.
Which meant that, like doctor, lawyer, engineer, finance, but those were really your only career paths and a business.
That's true.
Those were the only, which they were great career paths, right? I made a lot of money, but it was narrow. And I think now it's not as deep going into those careers. Like you don't just have those 5 or 6 careers that you can go to have a comfortable life. You're spread out a little more.
Yeah.
And I think people nowadays are still trying to go into that many numbers, into those like small groups when, I mean, I'm sure you see people online like making money off their laptop through like e-commerce or
selling courses like how we do.
Exactly. Selling courses or just content creation. And when you think about it, 10 years ago, like who was thinking about e-commerce or who was thinking about AI? I mean, obviously AI wasn't what it is today, but like AI YouTube or AI this, And so I think we'll see in the future that these jobs that didn't exist 10 years ago, 5 years ago, even now will pop up. And so I think people should I don't exactly know what they should do, but just always be ready to try something new and to get out of their comfort zone. Because, I mean, I'm trying to think like of jobs now. A software developer wasn't a thing 40 years ago. Like maybe like archaic software developing.
Yeah.
But like how it is nowadays, like these current jobs right now, there's so many current jobs like today that wasn't around 20, 30 years ago.
And now there's going to be so many current jobs in 10 years that just don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Like, imagine going to school for a CS degree. I mean, that was like the most prestigious degree to ever get. Like, you can code. Like, you're tough.
Dude,
you
2010, 2020, if you were CS and you got in early with those software companies, my gosh.
I mean, you're incredible, but now, like, I mean, AI does all the coding for you.
Yeah, Claude coding? Fuck, that's scary. I feel for those CS people that are still, like, in college.
Yeah.
Their future's so uncertain now.
So, would you say you regret going to college based on all this info? Like,
Okay.
where do you stand personally?
Personally. So I know you were talking about earlier, just like from a pure ROI perspective, and it is one way to look at it. Obviously, I would say that's the most important way to look at it because you're spending that so much money. But for me, and I think a lot of other people, I view college as an investment financially, and obviously I want to make that investment back. But I also see it as life experience, and that's a thing where, you know, say plumbers or like trades, right? You go to school. I don't even know how long they go to school. I'm gonna just say, like, off the top of my head, maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years of trade school. Do you think their experience at trade school is similar to our first 2 years at university?
You
Like,
know,
in terms of...
For sure, no, but that might be a positive thing, in a sense.
Oh, okay.
Like, their life experience is, like, very more real than the average college student's life experience. I mean...
that is true.
They're in there, like, locked in, like, really trying to figure out how to make it, and, like, I'm sure, like...
They're working in the craft a lot more than college students
they're
work on the
working
craft.
on their craft,
Yeah.
you know, and, like, when they get out, they're on it. They know what to do.
It's true.
But when a college student gets out, it's more questions, I feel like. So, like,
that is true.
I think socially, I can't imagine it being as, like, fun, but that again goes into, like, what is college for? Is it for fun?
Yeah.
Do we pay to, like, have fun? Is that what college is?
I don't know if it's paid to have fun, but I do think you are afforded some very unique life experiences that you can't really find elsewhere.
Yes.
You know, like, we're part of a men's organization here on campus. And, you know, we had a lot of fun events there. And that's how we got to meet each other, was through this program. And I can probably assure you, you know, if we both went to some random trade school, would we have gone as close? Or have, like, became, like, friends? I mean, who knows? Who knows? And so it depends, I guess, like, how much you value, like, just life experiences versus ROI. Because if you bundle it up in college, for me, like, I think college is worth it. You know,
Yeah.
Is it less? Do I think it's less worth than I thought it was 3 years ago? Absolutely. And the ROI is a little lower, but I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything else. Like, my experiences, I don't think I would have gone I don't think I would have done trade school, or I honestly don't think I even would have maybe tried to start a business at like 18, because I don't think I was in that mindset. Personally.
Yeah.
But that's a good question, though, that I'm kind of bringing up. Would you have done your path differently?
I mean, I think it's a similar situation with you, to where, like, there's so many benefits to going to college, like the people you meet, the experiences you have. Like, it's your first kind of little insight into the real world.
Exactly. First sort of semi-adulting.
Yeah. So I'd say, like, I don't regret my college experience at all.
Okay.
But
Okay.
let's say, like, my parents or a bank gave me the choice, $400,000.
Yeah.
Or I don't pay $400,000 for my school, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
X amount of money.
X amount of money. Here you go. Try to make something. Versus, we'll put that money into college.
Yeah.
I'll probably take the money. Not gonna lie.
That's not crazy.
And, like, I mean, think about the amount of cool experiences you could have with $400,000. Bro, I could go to Monaco.
Bro,
I mean, I could just live in a college town.
Bro, what's crazy is, like, let's just say, I don't know, let's just say, like, a state school, what do you think it is, like, for 4 years? Like 150?
Including living?
When you include everything.
Yeah, like 100, 150.
Let's just say 150.
Yeah.
Let's just call it 150, right? Dude, you could travel. You could take 50 bands and travel for as much, like, have all those life experiences that you could have done in college, and then you could take that 100 and try to start something. And that kind of is what college is, you know. You go for the life experiences, and then you go to try to make money. And so
Yeah, but the money, like
the money's not guaranteed.
money payoff in college is
Yeah.
like, it's kind of worse because you're not directly investing the 100.
No.
You're just learning.
You're
but
just-
is your learning that you've learned in college worth $100 grand in the classes?
Fuck no.
No way, bro. No way,
Fuck
bro.
no.
There's
Fuck
no way.
No way, man.
So like, if you could directly invest your learning into what you wanted to learn,
Yeah.
with $100 grand, and then have 50 for fun,
for fun,
Bro.
to make those same experiences that you think you would miss out in college. Oh,
is undeniable choice.
Shoot, 50,000. I think I could have. Man, I think there's a great chance I could have more fun than I did in college,
Bro, because like
$50,000 of
'Cause
just travel, of just having fun,
of just like
just having
you're
fun,
chilling, and you have no no wife, no kids,
no
like,
obligations.
You're set.
If you find it like a good deal to go somewhere, oh yeah, just pick up the bags, you go.
And in that scenario, you're probably living with your parents too.
Yeah.
You're getting food. You're
Yeah.
getting house.
Oh,
Bro, like I'm doing that.
is this the new system?
Bro, I'm doing that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but
If only banks trusted an 18-year-old to take out $300,000 for a business.
thank you guys for listening. Let us know your thoughts in the
Yeah.
comments, and
Till next time.
until next time, take it easy. Bye.
Peace.